Building a space where the bold come to play. Stream like a boss, this is your day. Stream like a boss, take the crown. Lift your hustle, don't back down. Build your crew, make it thrive. We go live, live, live.
Hey everybody, it's Tanya Smith here. And of course, this is Stream Like a Boss TV. We're going live on a different day. You know, usually we're on live on Thursdays, but today we have a special guest with us all the way from another country. And so I wanted to make sure we accommodate him and that we show him a little love on this Sunday, this fine Sunday afternoon. So if you're joining us, I see already a full house over in Substack. I see folks joining us from YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook. Now, my Substack folks, I won't be able to show your comments live just yet because we're not using our favorite platform, Ecamm Live, but we are using Restream. However, I am watching for your questions and for your comments, so I'll definitely acknowledge you if there's anything that you want to ask Demetra about. So I have a special guest that's going to come on to the next scene in just a second. And let me just share a little bit about him. He is a marketing strategist with over 20 years of experience, the founder of Startup Masters, and a teacher to more than 55,000 marketers through something called Masters Academy. And that's going to be very relevant in just a second. Let's see, I just lost my notes. There we go. His agency's lifetime ROAS of 12 to 1 speaks for itself. But what caught my attention is his latest venture, which is called Skillplate. It's a SaaS platform that is designed to help digital product creators monetize with ease. So in this episode, we're going to talk a little bit with Demetra about why Skillplate was built, the AppSumo launch that's helping it reach the world, and what creators should be thinking about when building a content business that actually sells. So help me to welcome my special guest on. Hey, what's up, sir?
Hello. Very nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you as well.
Oh, yeah. All right. The sound effects.
Yeah, we got to get you some clapping in there since you can't hear it from the audience is out there showing you some love, but you probably can't see them on Substack.
You need like smoke and fire and lasers for the next time.
Of course. Oh, wait, I've got that too if you want it.
And like maybe like a rapid screen that I can cut through.
Look, let me see if I can find you a fire explosion real fast. Okay, it's probably just going to pop up on my screen, but and it's backwards. But we'll get it next time for you when we use Ecamm.
We'll keep it for next one.
All right.
Well,
so
thanks for welcoming me.
Yeah, and thank
I
you.
feel very, very warmly welcomed. So
I'm glad that you do because, when we first met, first of all, let me say this, Demetra. Okay. I hope that I got your bio right. So if there's anything missing that you want people to know about you, I want you to feel free to share that. But I'm going to say this before you do it. When I first met you, one of the things that really sold me on Skillplate and why I upgraded is because you were so open to answering questions. You made yourself available. So right out of the gate, I was like, okay, I've got questions. You had a calendar that was ready for me to dive into. You met me on time. You were friendly, you were courteous, and you answered every question I had. Every time I have had any type of customer support need, your team and you have been receptive to that, and you've answered and responded quickly. It's just been an amazing experience. So I just wanted to thank you for that and give you your flowers now.
thank you. It's not that we are that cool. It's a marketing strategy, but I will kind of explain maybe in the bio section like how we got to there or in the story. It's very connected. Everything is actually very connected. From where I started as a kid to now everything is like a continuous like effort in the same direction.
So tell me a little bit about that. What's your backstory? What do people need to know about you?
Well, not just me, but the whole team. We have always tried to help people build a business. And I started as a kid around 1999 to 2000. I started making websites because I needed money to play video games. I was 14 at the time. Um, and because it wasn't very popular at the time, not many people were able to do it. I got a lot of business customers and I built them a few horrible websites. I was actually a terrible website designer. I was a good developer, but not that good of a designer. I do
Mm.
not have an eye for design. And the first thing that happened is that I built a few websites, and my customers came and said, "Hey, nobody's visiting these websites, right? So we have a website now, but so what?" And so this is kind of back then we had these counters that were like a taxi meter, uh,
Hmm.
those old New York taxi meters. They were
Yeah.
just checking the numbers. And so I got into black hat SEO, and we were like, Google was just starting out, and so we were kind of gaming the search engines to do all kinds of crazy things. We were just like jamming the whole English, German, French, Japanese language in a like a 1 pixel font on white text on a white background, every single word of every single language on every single page to get as much traffic as we can. And it did work. We got a lot of traffic, but then we got no sales. Um,
Hmm.
it's just like people were searching for their own thing, and we weren't offering that. So that didn't work. And then I joined the Google Academy when they first started um, promoting the agency market in my country. I'm from Bulgaria. Google sent me an invitation because I was one of the biggest advertisers on Google Ads in the country, and I was also the first person to get certified in Google Ads and in Google Analytics. And they didn't know I was 16. so um, so they invited me, and it was just like a bunch of business people, like big agency owners, and one kid.
That's
um,
crazy.
yeah,
Wow.
it was a little bit crazy, but now all of these people are my colleagues. I also started my own agency, and this is kind of how it started. I then When I started learning about marketing and especially analytics, I kind of understood that, okay, the problem wasn't just my websites or my ads or the marketing, but it was just everywhere in the product. It was the business, the people answering the phone, the product, everything. And kind of really got too much into the strategy and analytics and decision making, and I wanted to kind of assemble a mega team that can solve all of these problems. And so over the next few years, I kind of worked on some freelance projects and kind of assembled a team like that. And then finally in 2014, about 14 years later, um, I finally started my first company. It was called Startup Masters. The idea was that we are going to help startups to grow into global international enterprises, but we didn't know that startups cannot afford to hire
Right.
10 top experts.
Hmm.
And so we ended up working with a little bit bigger businesses who want to kind of branch off into certain things. And we kind of discovered a very good formula, which led to how we are doing everything. So we were always working with people who know their product and know their customer, because as an agency we could build like all these digital stuff,
Hmm.
but we didn't know business stuff, right?
Yeah.
And actually it turned out that the business stuff is far more important, because with the technologies we have now, the technical stuff is actually mostly automated, but the business stuff is where people fail the most.
Yes.
And so what we did is, with every customer that we worked with, first of all, we definitely went directly to the CEO and directly to the kind of the board of directors and at the top level in the company, because it was a very important project for them. And when we were building their website and marketing campaign and branding and everything together as one package, because that's what we were doing as an agency, we were kind of like what's now called 360 degrees. We were kind of one of the first people to do that. And when we did that, it was like a very big project for the company always. And so we got to understand how founders who are already successful think. And it was just like basically a piece of cake, because we have someone who knows the customer and who knows how to sell. So all we needed to do is just kind of extract that from the founder and turn it into websites, marketing campaigns, and landing pages and funnels and ads and content and all that. And it worked every single time. That's why we actually had so great results with our advertising. And of course, it was a little bit earlier, so the advertising wasn't as crazy expensive as it is now.
So let me stop you for a second, because this is something that I think is really interesting, and I want to make sure that people are making a connect here. We're going to be talking about Skillplate in just a minute. And one of the things, Demetra, that a lot of people struggle with when it comes to AppSumo and other platforms like it is they worry about the long-term sustainability of the projects and the products that are put on that platform. And what I think I hear you saying, first of all, I hear you saying that you were a genius at age 14, which is crazy. So I already heard
No,
that.
I just needed money to play video games. I don't think I was a genius.
You picked this stuff up and then you ran with it and turned it into knowledge that you applied, and you've turned it into this business that has longevity. And so I just want people not to miss that, because that sometimes is missing when we're looking at different apps. I've been doing app reviews for a long time, and a lot of people that are in the chat, one person just said, you can't see this, but she said, I love your backstory. Because we don't always get to hear that. And we also don't always get to understand what's behind the reason for you putting this out in a space where we get to take advantage of it. Because I'm not a huge startup or marketer, but I am someone who is very efficient with what I use and how I use it. So I love that you shared all of that. So I just wanted I wanted to pull that out for people, for them to see you have been in the game for a long time. You're not new to this. So
Yeah, definitely not new to this. I actually had a picture that maybe I could have shown, but
yeah,
like from the olden times, but not now.
you
Leave it.
sure?
Let's leave it for later. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't want to like spend time searching for it. Yeah, so
Okay.
kind of all that success, actually, our agency business turned out to be terrible. Terrible for us. It was very good for the clients. We worked with exactly 241 clients. Two of them got to more than $100 million, and the rest, like maybe we failed around 180. We failed them quickly so people don't waste too much time, and then another 50 or 60 got to between 1 and 10 to 20 million dollars. So that kind of, we generated about $570 million up to the last moment we stopped counting it, which was very, very, very good. But we didn't really make any money of that, because we were just kind of joining the company, doing half the work for like less than 1% of the money. So it wasn't really so good. And then because of the successful marketing results, and because we had a lot of international campaigns and big clients, we got invited to teach in a very interesting kind of local university. It was called the Software University, and initially it was first for software developers, because software wasn't taught very well in universities. And these guys started this university. It was called SoftUni, and it was kind of really taking off. And they said, hey, we got a few thousand developers. Why don't you come and teach them something about marketing? They might, use it for their projects. And then when we kind of announced the lectures on Google Ads and analytics, like this is probably 2008, 2009, and it's like the room got full of some very interesting people, like marketing managers of IKEA and Coca-Cola, and directors of all the TV stations, and all kind of top business brass was in the university.
Wow.
Just looking to learn this, because there was like no materials, especially in Bulgarian. There was literally no materials in Bulgarian for Google Ads, and especially Google Analytics. And on the other hand, I knew everything. And so it was kind of very cool to share, and that took traction, and we created an entire marketing academy inside the university. Then we kind of gave it a new name Software Digital because of that traction. And we created, me and some other colleagues, at this time we are already 10 agency owners, organizing a full-fledged program from understanding the basics of business to marketing, email marketing, advertising, copywriting, SEO, everything. And I was kind of the final boss. They called me the last axe, because my exam was very terrible, because people go through and learn all the fun stuff like Google ads and Facebook ads and so on, and then they come to me and I make them create a fully functional business plan and marketing strategy that takes 3 months, and I make them answer all the hard questions. And the program was really successful, and we had first few years we had about 35,000 students live in the university, which was crazy. Just the halls was full and everything. And we decided, hey, COVID hit at that time. It was already 2019. COVID hit, and we decided, hey, why don't we make this academy in English and global for everyone to enjoy? We've already worked for a few years on it. It's really good. So let's do that. And that's how we created Masters Academy. And I think it's good to show you some things already.
Yes. Because you want me to pop it up?
Yeah, we can actually share my screen, because Masters Academy was really the initial thing. So here it is, when we really wanted to kind of create the ultimate marketing school. This is a bit younger me. I actually have the same jacket, and we the first thing that from our agency business, we partnered with some of the cooler marketing players in the space, and they provided us with a lot of materials, and we kind of organized this full program. And what we did is, when we created that, we just created our own system to run the marketing academy. And it had everything that we needed. It had resources and videos and different modules and different things and exams and basically everything that we needed to run the academy. And actually the most you can see that we have this same customer service chat over here, and we also have a community there, and the most asked question was, hey man, what's the platform that you're using and where can we get it?
Right.
We were like, no man, there's no platform. This is just our website, there's no such thing, and so on. And this kept on going for maybe 2 years. Now it's already 2021, and we are pushing on with the marketing agency, making money from that. It was at its peak at that time. We were going with the academy, was taking traction. It was getting students and so on. And it's everything is cool. And we made a conference in one of the cities in Bulgaria, and the Prime Minister of Romania invited us to do the same conference in one of the tech capitals of Romania. And we were like, we don't know anyone in Romania. We get to a conference. Are you crazy? And he said, don't worry, we're going to pay for everything. And we said, okay, we're making a conference.
Yeah.
And at that conference, actually, we were supposed to make a presentation for the Startup World Cup to show the startups how to pitch their business so that investors really understand it, and don't tell them, hey, now chill out and tell me what you're really doing. And we did that, and we took this platform as an example pitch. And so we pitched it as an example for how other people should pitch it. And then the financial advisor of Steve Jobs came to us and said, you guys are extremely stupid. You can't do this for real. Because he knew it was like an example pitch. And then that was kind of the final nail in the coffin. And we said, okay, we're building this. And now about 2 years later than when we started, Skillplate is a real platform, and it can be used by everyone. And so that's really the whole story. I mean, there's not too much more to say. That those are the kind of the key moments.
That is so crazy. So you built this thing out really just for yourself and for your company, your team, and you're pitching this other part of your business and your services, and they're like, okay, so can we get the platform, please? Can we get it?
Yeah.
So now this is Skillplate that you actually have on AppSumo right now. This is the same exact product. Is there anything different about it?
Oh, yeah, yeah, of course. From when we made it for our own academy, it was
Hmm.
built to be used by one person. Now it's
Okay.
built to be used by 100 million people,
Yeah.
right? So we had to kind of rebuild it entirely. That's why it took a few years and a lot of kind of blood and sweat and tears, as they call it.
Hmm.
But actually, for more than a year, we were just invite only, and we had some early version of the platform that was great and working, but you couldn't like get it on your own, and we didn't announce it anywhere because we didn't feel ready to compare with the biggest players. But
Hmm.
as soon as we did, we said, okay, let's do the deal with AppSumo. Let's promote it to the world, see if people are going to like it. Actually, before running the AppSumo deal, we were not sure like how people are going to receive Skillplate. We were like, we were not expecting this.
So what were you expecting then, Demeter?
We were expecting something like 100 customers. 100 to 200 customers would have been fine, to just get some early testers. We were not expecting to make money at all. We were not expecting to, well, make money would be crazy, but like get some money to spend on new features. Uh,
Yeah.
I would call it raise some money, because making money is a bit far away for
Hmm.
now. But
Okay.
yeah, when we were not expecting it, and we got like over 1,000 people in the first month. And then Absol also proposed to do the so-called 0% add-on, which is really the biggest discount we can ever do. And then
Hmm.
that actually turned out to be very successful, because it turned out that really people really want to have like a real lifetime deal.
Yeah, let's talk about that. I want to break that down for people who either have been looking at it, because I've got several people that have reached out to me and said, hey, I saw you talk about this the other day and I'm thinking about it, but I have some questions. And so, can we look a little bit at these plans so that I can
All right.
share and break down for people exactly what we're talking about? And for those of you, and by the way, James Hicks is commenting on your sports coat and saying it is fire, just so you know.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right. And Hicks is one of your recent purchasers as well, I believe. So you'll really enjoy talking to him if you haven't already. I think you may have. Okay.
I do talk to most people in the chat. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So the license tiers, the what he's talking about when he mentions the commission, the 0% commission is this. And I want to point this out because I think it's really important, especially when you're looking at AppSumo. One of the things that I personally have struggled with, because I used to be just all in on all of the things that if I tried it and I liked it, I was out there promoting. I've gotten a lot more particular over the last 6 months to a year, simply because of some historical things that have happened, some trends that have happened with a few platforms. But
Yeah, they tend to go out of business, and that's
yes.
for a good reason. Actually, when we were talking to AppSumo in the beginning, that was one of the focal points. Actually, I teach business strategy for over 10 years now, and so we
Hmm.
really had to do the math properly to make sure that we can
Yeah.
afford to provide this plan. So the logic that we had is, what is the cheapest ever possible thing that we can afford to offer people without running out of business for sure? That
Hmm.
was the question. And then we did the math, and this is what came out of it. um, so that this was kind of what that the logic that was followed is basically this. And so
Hmm.
the commission was really designed. So let me kind of tell you how the mathematics works. So you have some digital products, whether it's courses, communities, coaching, and whatever. You do have certain expenses. You have very, very minimal
Hmm.
expenses for traffic, a little bit higher expenses for email marketing, but they are still pennies. And now
Yeah.
you come to hosting video, and allowing that video to be viewed around the world from your users, the storage and the streaming minutes, those are actually very expensive. The only platform where
Hmm.
they are free is basically Twitch and YouTube. Twitch is losing money, And YouTube can only afford it because they have Google Ads, which is the most effective advertising system on the planet by far. And so that's the only reason why they can provide it. It's actually very expensive. And so we were thinking, like, how can we provide a lifetime plan on something that has monthly expenses, that
Mm-hmm.
has, um, you know, uh, a fixed price. So let's say you pay $79.
Yes.
If you start using even the first plan, we're gonna spend, $3, $5, $7, $9 a month to keep your account up. It's not free for us, right? So you pay
Mm-hmm.
79 and we pay 9 a month. Not many people would take that deal. But as a new platform coming to the market, it makes sense to do it for a limited time. So we can't do this forever. That's for sure. So once the AppSumo deal is gone, it's gone forever. Uh, and
Mm-hmm.
and this is really the best deal that we'll ever offer. So that those two things are certain, and the reason is because we cannot afford to provide it for too long. And the
Yeah.
logic is basically that if you start selling so much that you kind of keep that you make us spend money to because to for us to spend some money, people need to see the videos. If they're seeing the videos, this means that you're selling, that you're getting successful, you're getting
Mm-hmm.
your brand out there, your name out there. And so people are going to see that you're using Skillplate and that you're successful with it and that you're making money, and we are going to get more customers. And so we hope to break even and not lose too much money on that deal, but make money on
Mm-hmm.
getting additional customers. Um,
So I want to point this out. I want to make this really like ABCs for people that are looking at the plans. And here's the thing that's important for you to note. When you look at the different plans, you'll notice that the higher up you go, the commission fee that is charged. So whenever you're making a sale on your site, the commission fee goes down. So the more you spend, the commission fee goes down. What he's talking about as far as the 0% is that you have the option right now, but you won't once this deal is gone, which is why I have the QR code up. If you come in here and you say, hey, I want to go ahead and do the zero commission fee for life, so I get all the money, you need to pay up front. And so this I thought was a pretty decent deal, Demeter. I know you did the math,
it,
but I was
it
like,
is,
hey,
yeah, yeah.
that's not
This is
bad.
actually the best deal we could ever possibly offer. And if you are successful,
Mhm.
we are probably going to lose money.
Yeah.
But if you are successful, people are going to see that you're successful. So we're going to get at least some customers from that.
Yeah. Because of course we'll be
Yes,
referring.
of course. That's I think the um, real key to the market is that words gets out. People do compare all the different platforms, and we did compare. When we created our academy, we compared all of them and decided none are worth it, and so we built our own.
Mm-hmm.
Now a few years later, there are some strong competitors, but most of the platforms are just doing features to say that they have the feature, and they haven't really put thought into how the business is actually going to use it. Um, and
Yeah.
that's why we are a little bit slow on providing features. But when we do provide them, they are thought out with the end game, with the marketing in mind. So we're kind of
Mm-hmm.
we have it built for ourselves. Like, for example, we have some crazy stuff going on in Masters Academy. Like, we have fully personalized one-to-one emails. We have um, knowledge base of all the people. We have AI agents that are trained to know what's going on all the material. We have like some crazy stuff, but to be able to provide that for everyone would take some time, And we have all
Yeah.
these bells and whistles that normally people would want. Um, and we know that there's a lot that we can add to help the business grow, but the main things are already here. The things that
Mm-hmm.
like help you get from zero to, let's say, $10,000 a month are definitely all present.
Mm-hmm.
And then the ones that we are now starting to really work on, the ones that are going to get you from 10,000 a month to 50, or like from 10 to 20 is a little bit of a jump, because you then need to start having a little bit of a more advanced marketing strategy by then. But then like from 20 to 50 is actually easier than from 10 to 20.
Hey, I got a request in here, which I agree. So I'm gonna show right now my setup, and I want to talk about a couple of different things in here. Yeah, I would love integrated communities, Hicks. That's one of the things
A
I
lot of
love.
people
Okay,
has
so
been
first,
asking for this, and I'll explain how the roadmap is going to go if you want to kind of have a full
I
insight.
definitely want to do that.
Show us your thing,
Yes.
and we'll see how we can improve it.
Okay, so I'm going to show you basically what I've been able to set up, and it's only been a few days that I've been able to spend time or invest time in putting this up, y'all, and it's been super easy to do. And there are options. I do have an eye for design, so I can do some things maybe that not the average person does, but at the same time, they have theme templates that you can actually purchase if you want something that's pre-built or ready to go. Okay. But this is my Skillplate system or my center right now, and it's at learn.streamlikeaboss.tv. I'll pop that up a little bit later. But I'm going to tell you, this is probably the fastest Demeter that I have ever put together a learning hub. And I love the look of it. I love how clean it is. I love that it's super simple. I didn't have to do a whole lot of extra workflows. And yeah, I'm going to have to do some automations and things now that you've given me webhooks. Love all of that. But it is super fast. It's clean. And if y'all are looking at this and being like, hey, that is gorgeous. Yeah. And I was able to do it, like I said, within days by using what they have and creating this. I actually use their standard template, but they do have templates available to
It's
you.
actually the same template. It's actually the same theme. It's just different settings. You just took one of the themes and put a few settings. That's what the
Yes.
templates are. They're not like anything that special.
So what you have in the back of this, just so people know, is you actually have it to where we can create a new product. So whether it's an online course or it's a bundle of different products, the community, which we definitely want to talk about, a generic product and a downloadable product. So can you just share with folks what is the difference, or how do you think about the use of each of these types of products?
All right. So I think this would be a good idea for me to share my screen.
Okay, I'm switching. Let's go to you.
All right. So this is actually Masters Academy on the back. And so I'll start with online courses. Online courses are really what you would imagine. They are just fully fledged online courses. I will show you my favorite course, the business strategy course. And so what it really has, it has its modules, it has its lessons, which have their videos. It has a bunch of resources that I am providing together with this business course. Those are the exercises, the templates for planning your business, and so on. Actually, this course has increased the Bulgarian GDP by over 3%. The people who took it have created businesses that increased the money that the country makes by over 3%. So it's really good, even before we posted it in English. And I do recommend it. It's free. You should really check it out. And anyway, so you got everything that you need to start with that. So we have like all the modules, and we have a very simple system where you can kind of set it up, give the course a name, a description, answer what it's about, why should I buy it, what am I going to learn. And from that, we automatically generate you a landing page that is very standard. So you didn't use that. You used the website builder and you use the advanced version, but this version is actually really good. And it gives you a very quick thing that you can start. And you can also run a pre-sale very easily by clicking the pre-sale here and saying when the course is going to launch. I'll do this for just a second. This will disable the access for everyone, but you know, it's not like they're killing themselves to learn. And you can see this turns into a pre-order. And so you can kind of get it and start selling before you even make the course. And this is coming from a real entrepreneurship principle that if you can't really sell 10 courses at a discounted price, you won't be able to sell 100 at full price. So you should really try to sell the thing first and see if people want it or like it before you really
Mm-hmm.
start kind of investing your time and effort and your life and blood and sweat and tears into it. And so yeah, this is kind of how courses are supposed to work. Now there's going to be a super product on top of courses. The courses are the most
Mm-hmm.
complicated product. They contain videos, they contain resources, they contain exams, and they will be able to contain more things like assignments, homeworks, kind of, you can imagine these Duolingo style things, where you can like select one of three and all that. Those are coming into the courses. And the super product on top of courses is going to be just a content product. So a content product is like, for example, you could build Netflix with just content products. Like you could have contents and all these different kinds of products that you come up with, like let's say a TV series or like a supporter series or a podcast. Everything like that can be implemented with the content product. Then you have communities. I believe that this is just how naturally it happened for us. When we started creating the courses, everybody who enrolled into the courses, we joined them into the community so that we could answer their questions, help them out, and so on. And then the community itself turned into a very valuable product that we use to kind of sell everything. And then finally, I think one of the most powerful products that we have is the bundles, because communities, they really do help with the communication. And actually,
Mm-hmm.
let me first say a few things about communities. Communities are the highest earning product on the platform by far. Like, yeah,
Hmm.
people make a lot.
I've got questions about that though, right?
Yeah, I will answer them, but let me just get things out the way.
Okay.
So first of all, that
Okay.
all of the top creators on the platform, all the people who make over $100,000 a month, all of them make the majority of their money through communities and subscriptions. So
Mm-hmm.
the reason for this is two things. First of all, they feel like having access to you is very important to you as the creator, is very
Correct.
important to people. And even more important than that is the need to belong, especially
Mm-hmm.
after COVID and after the pandemics and so on, and everybody staying home office and so on. People want to be a part of something, and it's not just a simple want, it's not a nice to have, it's a must have. And so it's really the need to belong is so powerful. We've come to realize,
Mm-hmm.
looking at the data, that actually the worst punishment that we humans have come up with is solitary confinement. Like the biggest opposite to that is your communities, your buddies, your friends, your
Yep.
family. And that's how powerful is with that. And of course, we will be adding many different kinds of communities. Right now we work on with,
That's what I
yeah.
needed to know. Yep. And here's the thing, Demeter, because this is the thing that keeps coming up, and I'm seeing a lot of conversation about it over in Substack. I see a few comments as well on YouTube. That was the thing that I think I shared with you too, is that we know the power of communities in my circle, because this is what we do. Like, since 2020, I've had a community where 75% of the people have been retained all the way up to now, 2025. So people that have been there for 4 years, because of the disconnect that people felt back then with all of what was going on, and the disconnect that people are feeling today just because of the divisive nature of so many things happening, right? So the question that we have is Discord. Right. We want more options. And so I'm glad to hear you say that there will be more options, because Discord is not my happy place. And for a lot of the folks that I'm seeing in the comments, they're saying the same thing.
I was saying the same thing, because I'm a gamer, and as my businessman self could not get through with the gaming app. I was using it as a
Yeah.
gamer, and I was thinking the same. Like, my community ain't gamers, is not 18 years old. It's seasoned folk and so on, and business managers and boards of
Mm-hmm.
directors and whatnot, agency owners. And then I did a Facebook group, a WhatsApp, a Telegram, and a Discord. 99%
Mm-hmm.
of the communication went to Discord. It's just because Discord, even though it started as a gaming app, is just the best communications app. And so that, and it's not just me, like pretty much everyone is seeing a huge jump in engagement, and people overall just use it more. So that said, we will of course build a built-in community. So the way it's going to work, and I think it's a good idea to kind of mention the roadmap
Okay,
from this, since we're
good.
starting to talk about new features on the
Mm-hmm.
roadmap. We have we have some things that you can see that are available and some things that are coming soon. So these are going to be organized in packages and in projects. So for example,
Oh,
when we start working, we have few big projects coming in. So we had the translations project. Skillplate is now available in over 20 languages, and if it's not available in your language, we'll make it available like within a few days, just upon request. We just didn't, like we forgot Macedonian, for example, and so on. So that's one thing. Then we also added currencies. We added 135 currencies. And so now the next big things is adding more payment options so that people don't who are not from a Stripe country can have some payment options. Then
mm-hmm.
we had the webhooks project, which allows us to make all the information that we have available to you, because it's your business really. So it's not we have it, it's that you have this information about your customers, and we will make that information available so you can use it in very creative ways. And then we
Mm-hmm.
have the automations project, which will basically turn this into a, a much more powerful way of doing it. So the way it works, really, I like to show a little example.
Yeah.
When you go and create a
Show
webhook, and
us.
there will be more. There's like hundreds of
Okay.
them. Uh,
Because I'm using two of them right now. I'm using two of the webhooks now because I wanted to
so
test it
when
out.
you kind of send a webhook, what you would do is you would receive it somewhere. My favorite place to
Mm-hmm.
receive webhooks is actually the place where we designed the AI for Skillplate, and this is just kind of an automation software called N8N. If you don't know it, you should. If you ain't with it, get with it. That's what I have to say about it.
Y'all heard it
Yeah.
here.
Um, and so what you do is you kind of create the webhook, and you get a URL for it, which is where you're waiting
Mm-hmm.
for the webhook, and then you just create the
Mm-hmm.
webhook, send it over, and get that information over there. And then you need to kind of start when you activate that workflow, you will start waiting for it, send it, and then that's going to send over all the information about that customer. The headers are not so interesting, but like you can see that their payment succeeded. You can see where they're from the US, California, San Francisco, whatever phone number they have, what they bought, and everything else. And so based off of that, for example, now you can create, you can add an AI agent and give him that information, and say, okay, let's give him the information about that guy, and you can feed it here with um,
Mm-hmm.
there's a way to do it, and like write me a custom welcome email for that guy, and
Yep.
just not to waste too much typing. And what you can do is you can just like throw everything else like that, and just like um, give it that information, and you would see
Mm-hmm.
like what the AI is going to see, all the information about the customer already presented. And that's kind of one way where you can say from now, okay, now let's send him an email, let's do
Mm-hmm.
this or that, and all these kinds of automations are going to be possible, and that will also
Yep.
allow you to create very interesting integrations, and we're going to have all this built into Skillplate. So this is kind of the
And
automations project.
I will tell you what I'm doing with the two webhooks that I have connected to Skillplate now. One is I did connect it. Just this is for people who are watching and trying to figure out, well, how would I use this? I'm using it to, when somebody makes a purchase on the site, I wanted to send that information to my current email service provider, which is In Charge, so that it then sends a follow up email sequence. So it's sending the autoresponder sequence, not just the one email that comes with Skillplate, but then it does follow up and sends them some additional things. So I'm using it that way. The second way I'm using it is somebody just asked this question, Demeter, and here's the answer that I can give. And you may have some other thoughts or answer to this. The question is, your website says that you integrate with Heartbeat. How does that work? You know, because we talked about this, that Heartbeat Chat is my community platform. So what I'm doing now too is using the webhook to identify when I have someone that has made a purchase and double checking that against the Heartbeat Chat enrollment so that they can be a part of that particular community. But what's your answer to what she's asking? Is there anything else that you want to share?
That everything is planned out in a very meticulous way. So we are doing the integrations and the webhooks first because they are basically Skillplate sending you information. Then we are going to open up the API. This means that now all these other apps can start talking to Skillplate and sending us information, meaning, let's say, if something happens on Heartbeat, you can send that information over to Skillplate. So, for example, one good thing to do would be to send over the conversations and what is going on in the Heartbeat chat and have an AI agent create a database of that and be familiar with everything that's going on with your community to provide you with business advice about what your customers really want and need. I'm going to do this with my customer service chat, for example. So the chat that I have with you, I could summarize all that, create a custom AI agent, give it that information, and use it to come up with, to solve the roadmap features. In this case, I don't need to do that because we've done it already. But in a business case, that has a lot of use. And so once we have the API, actually in Skillplate, everything works via the API. The different systems in Skillplate talk to each other by using the API. And so when you have everything built in this way, this is really a system that is built to be used by AI as well. So the way it works is I actually have a funny picture from 2 years ago when I was planning this. I didn't, at that time, it wasn't, ChatGPT wasn't even that popular, but I had like a presentation on AI and the future of marketing, which was from, I think, 2001. And you can see like this is the DeepMind team and so on. This is basically how it works. So this is my kind of slide from that. So you have people that interact and make decisions in the business, and then you can have AI agents that can communicate, and they can have access to all of your business data and all of the external apps that you have, like Heartbeat, and all of this is getting kind of connected through the application. In this case, that would be Skillplate using the AI agents to run things led by the humans. And when you have all of your business information in one place, this allows for a lot of crazy AI uses that make AI really useful. So, for example, people are really bad at analytics in general. You don't like go into the data, dig. You have to have like a good expert analyst who knows how to work with data, have all the data, summarize it, go through it, get $100,000 worth of salary every month or year. It's just a very hard to do and expensive task. But AI can do it extremely fast and extremely quickly, and you can provide all of the information to it very easily, especially if you use Skillplate. And so what we plan to do is we plan to create an AI system that can advise you, talk to you, and kind of access all of your business information privately only to you. And you can talk to it literally. I'm now working on making it a voice app, so you can just talk to it on the phone or on telephone.
That is crazy. So look, here's the question that has come up about all of this, because you've got a lot of stuff planned on this roadmap that I'm sitting here like salivating over. Will these be available for all tiers or for the highest tiers? Like, where does this come into play for us? I will
kind of get to it in a second. So because everything in Skillplate is made so that you succeed as much as possible. So we do not make money if you do not make money. That's kind of how everything is organized. So we give you, unlike all other platforms that are trying to figure out some pricing strategy to take the most money out of you, if you are successful with our business and you build your business on Skillplate, the bigger you get, the more you can afford to pay us, and the more you naturally have to, like, there's some real expenses that we base our pricing off of. And so you have to
Mm-hmm.
pay more when you use more, but to use more you have to make more money. And so you have to
Right.
sell, right? If you don't have customers, you're not going to spend any more resources, so you don't have to pay. So what it really boils down to, what it really makes a great app, is one that will help you make more money. And so we are always thinking of what are the jobs that we can do for you and instead of you, quickly and efficiently, so that you make more money. And so this is where the
So,
API and the AI come together to help you, because
okay.
now that we have all the information about your products and your customers, it's not that we have it, it's that
Mm-hmm.
you have it, you own it as a business owner. And we can create an AI agent that can read that data and work with it. And then it can also execute actions. So for example, you could tell it, okay, let's make a new course. What kind of course? Course about copywriting, let's say, for marketers. What topics do we want to teach? And then what happens is the AI starts asking you questions, not you prompting
Mm-hmm.
the AI, but it starts to work the other way around, because you're working towards a goal of making the business more successful. And so when you do it this way, you basically have a situation where um, you can say, okay, let's create that product. Let's make a landing page for it. Okay, write me the emails for it. Write me scripts for the pitch video. Create me ads and,
Mm-hmm.
and campaigns. Let's try 3 different ways of building the landing page. And so it can use the
Mm-hmm.
things that you do. For example, the things that you would do manually, like going into the website builder, selecting the product page, and let's say, I don't know, I'll choose my email marketing course, for example.
And just because we have some limited time, because I don't want to keep you all day, I got to go back to my question, which is how does this map out to the
Oh,
plans that are
everybody
in
will
the
get everything
AppSumo?
forever.
Okay. That's the main thing. I needed that answer because people are
Everybody will get
asking,
everything.
including
Yeah, yeah,
me.
including you. So just 100%. So the only things that will be paid, and there will be certain things like that. So for example, the AI
Okay.
agent that I mentioned, you would have various options to choose from. Like you could host
Okay.
your own models, which we wouldn't recommend probably, but then you could like add your Google API key, and of course you're going to pay for your own AI usage.
Yeah.
Depending on how much you
That makes
use,
sense.
it might be 17 cents, it might be $6. But of course, you're
Mm-hmm.
not going to pay for that in a lifetime plan, especially. Maybe for the
Yeah.
subscribers, it will be some features will be free, but like the some features will be paid. For example, if you want to host your own n8n instance inside of Skillplate, so you have access to all of your data securely, it would be the same
Mm-hmm.
as hosting n8n on your own server. So you'd have to pay $8 for that
Got it.
anyway. So um,
So it's not like we're paying extra to you to use that service
yeah,
because we're
the
just
point
paying
is
what we
not
would
to
have normally paid.
to
Okay.
pay extra to get more features. We want to
Mm-hmm.
make every feature available so that you start using Skillplate more, and you kind of get
Yeah.
to a more successful place. We are
I have a couple of other questions that are popping up that I want to make sure we get to. Do you mind if I go to one of them? This one is about, let's see, it says, talk a little bit more about the templates. I saw questions in AppSumo with
all right.
concerns.
So let me kind of show you the templates. Um, and we
Yes.
were getting here anyway. So when you
Okay.
go to Skillplate and when you choose your templates, you would have access to the two free themes, and these other themes, they are made by other designers. But what they basically are is this: when you choose the theme, you have to choose the theme that mostly fits your branding. In my case, for Masters Academy, I would choose the dark theme. And so then
Mm-hmm.
you would need to customize your theme based on your branding. So if you do have a brand, let's say, and I'll make an example by installing a completely fresh new theme to just show you the experience. So I will go in here and just install a new white or light theme. And so imagine
Mm-hmm.
now that I am the marketing manager for Coca-Cola. And I hope this doesn't like break on a live demo. But let's say I'm the marketing manager of Coca-Cola. And I want to use Skillplate to create landing pages for Coca-Cola. This is what the other teams have done. They go here into the styles and they choose their color scheme. So in my
Mm-hmm.
case, for Coca-Cola, I don't see one, and I would have to make my own, and I would choose, the different types of reds that I want. But there's even a simpler way. I could just choose an accent color that would be, Coca-Cola red, which I might be bad
Mm-hmm.
at picking, but let's say this is the real Coca-Cola red. And then you would change the styles of your buttons, and you can see there's some certain other settings like roundness and so on. So Coca-Cola would be a little bit rounder, and then I would choose that. And I would, of course, add the Coca-Cola logo. If you want for realism, I will do it. Uh,
No, you don't have to do
yeah,
it. Just in
uh,
case.
I don't have to, but I will for true realism. Um, to
Okay. Let's not break the internet now,
make a
Demeter.
point on it, and so you would really add your own thing.
Yep, it's very easily customizable, is what I think you're getting at. Because I found it to be super easy for me to customize to my
I
own
picked a
taste
bad logo,
without
but
having to
anyways,
purchase.
uh, so
Yeah.
you would see like how immediately this turned into a white and red
Mm-hmm.
system, and just like you did
Yeah.
your pink one. So you did basically
Yeah.
selecting the styles really sets you
Mm-hmm.
for everything. And in 99% of the cases, unless you really can't do anything and change anything, and you're super afraid to touch anything, you really shouldn't buy the additional themes. And I'm selling them,
There you
right?
go.
So just trust me on that. I don't.
So I
Yeah,
appreciate
yeah.
you being honest about that. Yeah, when I saw some of the comments, I was like, "Well, just create your own theme." That was
That's
my original
that's the
thought.
point. And
So
I'll show you
I'm glad
I'll
you
show
said
you
that.
what happens. Like I've done this already. You can see my branding has like this purple and orange. And what I've done
Mm-hmm.
for my pages, and I was like um, giving an example with my email marketing course.
Mm-hmm.
You would have what I've done is just a few settings, right? I've changed the accent color to my purple, and I've changed the button style to a little gradient for the
A
purple, and
gradient.
I have a
Mm-hmm.
secondary color which is the opposite, which is this little orange, which is coming up in
Mm-hmm.
certain things like secondary buttons. All right, I want you to click this one, not this one.
Yeah.
And then just a
Yeah.
font, the outfit font, which is not
Mm-hmm. Which I actually love the outfit font. I hadn't used
my
it
favorite.
until I started using Skillplate.
And so now using this, Skillplate is built with marketing in mind, because I think as a marketer, I don't care about any technical mumbo jumbo. So what I want to do is, when you build pages, I want you to build them like a presentation. So I want to sell you this email marketing course. How do I sell it to you? So first, I'm going to introduce what the course is. I'm going to, let's say, I will enter the settings of the section, and I would say I want the price to be bigger because I want to focus people on it. And now, what is really important about this course? So something very important is the partners that we have for the course. For example, we partnered with
Mm-hmm.
Klaviyo for this course. They gave us all the resources. We partnered with Google and with Facebook to make the best email marketing course in the world. Now then,
Mm-hmm.
because telling is not showing, I would then definitely add a pitch video for it, and I would add like a section to pitch that video, and add like some video from my YouTube channel or from the file manager over here,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll just go and like pick a sample video to show you that course. Then maybe I would go
Mhm.
and say, okay, I want to show you, like, that's not even enough. I want to show you 3 videos from the course. So I'm going to add a video section,
Mhm.
go ahead, select, one video on optimization, one video on, I don't know, fundamentals of business analysis and whatever. And you can do that. And then, I would maybe want to add some information about who the lecturer is.
So he's showing you how to build out the page, y'all. Do you see this? It's not just, hey, let me throw some stuff up here. It literally is thinking through structure. And this is like a little mini class on how to actually structure a landing page that sells, that markets what your course is. Can you, Demeter, can you do this real quick? A demo to show people how you're leveraging the AI function to create a course
Yeah.
outline? There are a couple of things that I liked about that. One, I like that it's there, that it's capable of doing that. But two, I also like the fact that you're able to you're not trying to build out and write the entire course for me. What you're doing, though, is giving a logical potential outline that we can start from. So if we're like just having a brain lapse,
Yeah.
but I
Not
know I
about the
have an
brain
idea for
lapse.
this
It's
course.
about solving doubt. So when you let's say you have this idea,
Hmm.
you want to make the best email marketing course in the world. That was my idea, when I started making it. So I was like, how do I do this? What are the topics that we should
Hmm.
teach? What's important? um, I especially did this when I did my course on analytics. Like, I'm not the best analyst in the world. Who am I to teach Google Analytics or analytics in general? I don't even know statistics. I mean, I know statistics, but not.
You know
I know
statistics.
statistics, all right. But I mean, I'm not like a professor of statistics, right? And this is called imposter
Hmm.
syndrome. It's basically, who am I to teach this if I'm not the biggest expert in the world? A lot of people suffer from that, and also that
Yes.
starts doubt with already at the idea level, and then you have to come up with,
Hmm.
what can I do differently? How can I structure this course and so on? So this is one of the problems that people have. Like, what should be in the course? Most of the
Hmm.
time, if you ask them, okay, tell me about, let's say, let's talk about the when we started with analytics, let's talk about, like, what are the fundamental things that you do in analytics? Oh, well, there's just 5 things you can do in analytics, right? It's not, funnily enough, it's just 5 things that people do. So we will start
Hmm.
with those 5, show them, and then show how to use all of them together and answer any question with the data that you have, right? And so that's, once you have a good starting point, any expert will be able to tell what is there, what is missing, and what needs to change. That you
Hmm.
can do in 20 minutes. Coming up with the whole thing from scratch can take you months, years, because you're not acting on it. And so let's
Yep.
say I will make a course on um, um,
This is one of the things that really sold me on it, y'all. Just so that you know what
So
he's
I
doing
will
right now.
I will
I want to.
literally go with what we talked about. So let's say we want to
Yep.
teach analytics for new business owners, and we're going to go and generate. And so I want to make a course that teaches people how to answer questions, um, how to ask the data, or how to answer.
So you see, you're able to put in information based on what it is you want to get out of it, just like any other form of AI. If you're using an LLM, y'all, you're going to put your prompt in here, feeding it with what you want it to
Yeah,
create.
this one is actually very different. So you should tell it what is your. First of all, the name is very important. So you can see I
Mm,
use the special template. It's a what for who, analytics
mm,
for new business owners. This will give a very
Mm-hmm.
important perspective to who is it for and how does it work and so on. And I recommend you start with such a name, even though if you want to then later change it to the Ultimate Analytics Masterclass for your marketing purposes. A descriptive name and clarity really is going to get you far with AI. And of course, I'm a fan of the large courses. Right. So in this case, I just want to make a course that teaches people how to answer questions using data to help them to help them decide what is their next best move, which is really what analytics is about. It's really about what should I do and how can I get that answer from the data that I have available. So what happens now is we dynamically generate about 150 AI agents that impersonate experts in the field, from ancient philosophers to modern day thinkers. And we do this with AI. Impersonation is a very powerful technique because it kind of gets the AI into the right mindset and gives dramatically better results. And so when they impersonate these people, they sit and discuss like in a forum. When I was designing it, I was thinking about Plato and Socrates and how they're discussing, love and politics and so on. And we really formed this
Mm-hmm.
council that discusses, okay, what should we have in the curriculum? And how do we answer the most important questions that people ask when they're buying a course, which is what you're going to find in the description. In the description, they will give an answer on what this course is about, why should you buy it, what are you going to learn, who is it for, are there any requirements, and has anybody bought it previously? Of course, we just generate 2 example testimonials.
That's
And
crazy.
then it
That is so awesome.
and then it's going to give you a curriculum, and that curriculum is, now let's see if it's good. So first of all, introduction to business analytics, data collection techniques. Okay, this is not good. You do not
Okay.
want to do that. That's not how you teach. So it is an important concept, but I as an expert can immediately spot that it's not here where I want to teach it. The data
Mm-hmm.
collection is, once you know what you want to use the system for, you're going to design the system first, and then you're going to start collecting data. Because first you need to actually figure out the analytical methods, and this is the right thing, right? You need.
So let me point out the main thing that I want people to take away from this experiment here. It's not so much that we're all going to become analytics geniuses, no. But whatever the course is that you're creating, notice he's given us the backstory as to how this tool is working to create a suggested curriculum that you then have the ability to be able to maneuver, manipulate, change up. It hasn't written out all of these different. So click into one of those like data driven decision
Yeah,
making, or yeah, it's giving us suggestions, but it's not then sorting out the entire content for everything, but it's giving us things, thought starters,
yeah,
I'll say. That's the way
and
I'm reading
yes,
this.
this is correct, and this is solving the biggest problem, to figure out what to teach. And then once you
Yes.
do, you can just basically, and I'm super lazy, and I click here, expand all. I do this, I scroll down to the bottom, select the whole jazz, take it here, and
Uh-huh.
I go to like ChatGPT. I make a project about my
Mm-hmm.
business. You will see now, if
Yeah.
you if some data leaks here, if I select my project for Skillplate or for my cinematography, for example, and then I feed it all the information I have from my documents about my business, and then I just do like a new chat and say, I'm making this course, paste all of it. Let's make the first lesson in a new canvas.
Y'all, this is
and
gold.
and now what it's going to do is I'm going to start working collaboratively with the AI,
Mm-hmm.
and it will spew
Yeah.
out some probable bullshit, which is what we would do if we generated. I could do this with you for Skillplate, but inside of Skillplate, I
Yeah.
cannot allow you to do. What you actually have to do is then edit it and figure out how you want to
Right.
teach. your structure, your
Yes.
way of teaching, what are the topics that you want to cover. And so you're going to go in here. For example, this is not very good. Um, the key analytical concepts and terminology, data, that's not what you want to understand in the beginning. In the first lesson,
Hmm.
I actually want you to understand that analysis is simple, that you can do it, and that there's just 5 ways. Even the people who get $1 million in salary a year, they just do 5 simple things, and they are things that you already probably know how to do, like sorting and filtering and segmentation. It's how you combine these to turn them into questions that makes what is analytics good. And now you're interested, and now you are going to spend your time figuring out data collection and all the other boring bullshit. uh,
I think we just answered one of the questions that I want to pop up so that you can see it. Because I think first of all, somebody in Substack said you just gave a whole master class on curriculum building.
yeah.
So just so you know, you just did that.
I will be
But then,
creating
secondly,
tutorials on YouTube, by the way, for all of this. I promise we will share absolutely everything we know for free. Uh,
okay, so Danny Marie says, I'm late to the party, but I'm building a course for a client. And she's basically saying, hey, there's a lot of these different types of platforms. We know AppSumo has sold a bunch of these out there. What is your take on the unique value proposition for Skillplate? What should we be taking away from all of
I'll
this
tell you how
today?
Skillplate is different. So
Yes.
Skillplate allows you to start a business and build a business and grow a business very easily and quickly. And we try to take off your hands all the kind of the useless, mindless, repetitive tasks that you can do, and build everything very well and very quickly, so that you can focus on the hard part, the selling. People think that the
Hmm.
hard part is making the course or creating the digital product. No, that's the thing that you already know. You're already an expert. If you're going to start making a course, you already know how, you know the stuff. That's what most people know.
Yeah.
They don't know how to make a company that makes $20 million a year. That's what they don't know. And that's kind of the biggest problem. What we're trying to do with Skillplate is just help you. If you have an idea for a course, you should be able to create the course, outline it, and make a landing page to present that course to customers by the end of today. That's the point.
Yes.
And so then you come up with this shiny idea and you go and face the mom test. All right. The mom test is basically like creating this new product and going and showing it to actual customers, not your mom. It's called the mom test, but you
Hmm.
do not show it to your mom who's going to say that it's great. You show it to actual customers and ask them for money. That's why we push so much for things like pre-sales and so on. And so if the technical part is handled for you, and we help you with AI
Hmm.
to actually kind of set up your initial offer and try to sell this first product. If you make 10 sales on the first day, that's probably going to get you into the right mindset, and you're going to be able to talk to 10 customers and understand what you need to do, what you need to include in this course, how you should grow it, what you should do. um, and it's basically how you should start. And so the way we work is a lot very different than all the other platforms. They try to features that
Hmm.
customers are asking for. We are not even trying
Yeah.
to do that. Now, some customers are asking for features like let's build an internal community, and we do understand why, and we do understand why it's important for the business. But what we are really focusing on is growing your business, not
Hmm.
sometimes even despite you, right? It's like trying to build
Yes.
something with trying to make a country great with when the government is corrupt. You have to do it like even when the government is
In
doing
spite
everything
of.
possible to mess it up, you know. And so the way Skillplate is designed is basically we're trying to do everything so that you could build the business, and this means
Yeah.
speed. Speed is the
Hmm.
most important thing in business. If you have to kind of be able to create value propositions, to create offers, to be
Yeah.
able to sell them, and then once it starts selling a little bit, comes the next step. Okay, I have a customer.
Hmm. Hmm.
Actually, now that you have a customer, this person already trusted you with their money, they already know you,
Hmm.
and they probably even like you. uh, it's not the case with me most of the time, but especially after they take my courses. But in the general case, they most probably like you, and so you have somebody who knows, likes, and trusts you, and so that's a
Hmm.
prime target for you to sell them the next thing.
Yeah.
And often when you
Yeah.
teach something, people understand this topic, and that opens a whole lot of other questions, so you always have a
Mhm.
follow-up. And so that's
Yeah.
what's
And
really
I
different.
think
It's built to sell. It's built
here's
to
what I think. It is different. It's different. And here's why I know it's different. It's for all the things you just said. And for the people that are in my community that know how we operate, we've tried a lot of different tools. We do it all the time. I'll tell you what I see is different, and it echoes exactly what you just said. It's the speed. I have a lot of folks that are in my circle that use platforms like Go High Level and other very complex, very robust platforms that do a whole lot of things for a whole lot of people. And that's okay. And if you're in a space where you want to do that and you have the team or you have the knowledge and the learning capacity to be able to learn and to apply and to move, great. But it can be very slow to build out something that is super complex like that. Skillplate, the thing that attracted me to it is that I had a very, sometimes my brain is moving so fast and I can't execute because I'm like, oh, wait, now I need to go and tie all these other pieces together. Whereas when I saw Skillplate, I saw an opportunity, Demeter, to build quickly and still have the same professional look that I wanted, to remove any roadblocks or challenges that would keep me back because of the tech. It was super easy to do. It was easy for me to make a decision about this, especially because your customer service and support is behind the scenes doing their job, and it looks nice and it's fast. That was the UVP for me. Danny Marie, I know you and I are kind of like this. So you'll probably see the same things I saw if you try it.
Yeah, when we were an agency, we were building landing pages that were really the top of the top, and so we were most of the time a landing page for a serious product, for a serious business that's making around, I don't know, $5 to $10 million a year. They would spend around $50 to $200,000 on a single landing page, and we had to create
Yes.
that. And how does that process work? First of all, you have to figure out, okay, we have to talk to the founder and extract from their head, like, how do you sell this thing? That's the hard part. And then what you do is you just make that into sections into the landing page, and you give it to the designers to apply the branding of that brand. Let's say we have, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know, uh, let's take Coca-Cola again as an example. We have branding already. We just need you to apply that branding and make the whole
Mm-hmm.
page look like it's made by that brand. All right. And then add
Yep.
some nice fancy effects, and make it mobile and make it work on every device, and then add tracking, and then give me
Mm-hmm.
email marketing features. And I want, when these people signs up, I want them to go into the CRM, and then we need to remarket them
Mm-hmm.
and sell them more stuff. Every single time the same thing, and it takes like 2 months. Now,
Mm-hmm.
as I showed you, it like I could build a page for my product in literally like 10 minutes, and just even
Yes.
explain, like, open up the voice mode in the AI and explain to the
That's
AI,
the big
like,
thing.
this is my product, this is what I'm trying to do, write for me the copy, because the
Yep.
AI, especially like Gemini and OpenAI, are probably a better copywriter than you and me. And
Mm-hmm.
so
Yep.
it's
Yeah.
really that fast. And so you're getting something
Mm-hmm.
that we were literally um, spending months and tens of thousands of dollars at the very least to build, because
Mm-hmm. And
I've
now.
never even seen, we have worked with 241 different companies, and we have
Mm-hmm.
had prospects from many others, more than 1,000. And when we have a
Mm-hmm.
prospect, we always interview them, and we always try to kind of figure out what they do and see if they're going to be successful, and if they know enough for our offer to work. I've never seen a company that had proper tracking for their marketing, not even once, until we got to Lego. Like, Lego is the
Mm.
most loved company in the world. like more than double, more
Yeah.
than 2 times more love than the second one, right? And it's like, okay, you guys fix the tracking properly, right? And so like things like that make a huge difference in marketing, because if you don't have the data, if you don't have tracking, you don't have marketing features, you don't have the follow-up, people don't like, you don't
Mm-hmm.
upsell. And actually for a bit of a more developed company, if you look at the analytics of any bigger company, you would see that a large part of the revenue is coming from customers who are not new. They're not hearing
Mm-hmm.
of that brand for the first time. So when a brand is just starting out, all the customers are going to be new. But in a few years, maybe 80%, 50% of the revenue is going to come from existing customers.
Let me go to this question, and this may be one of the last questions we take because we could be here all day.
Uh,
I'll keep you up all
I
night because I know it's evening
I
over there.
can definitely do that. Do not test me. I can stay until the
I
morning.
will not test you. I will not test you. I hear the question that someone is asking, and I think this is from an earlier when you talked about the fact that you're actually you could lose money if more people are doing really well on Skillplate. And so this is a fair question. How do we remain secure with and on the product if you're losing money because we're all doing so well? If we all go out and we buy Skillplate and we get this
Okay,
deal.
first of all, this is a limited time deal for this very reason, right? So
Okay.
Skillplate is good enough. It's more than good enough, even if you pay full price with the subscription, without it
Yeah.
being 90% off, 92% off, and a lifetime deal. So this is
Mm-hmm.
92% off of the yearly plan of like what you would pay in Skillplate for a year. But you know, the way we stay secure is this. First of all, we have commission. If you buy the 0% commission add-on, then and only then can we lose money, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in order for us to lose money, you have to be, we will lose money on you specifically, but we will make a lot more money overall, because in order to break the plan and kind of um, make us lose money, you have to be so successful that people are going to see that you are successful, and they will learn about Skillplate, and we will get at least 3 new customers from this, at the very least.
Okay.
And so
There's the
there is
deal.
no way we, like, I'm as I said, I've been dealing with business mathematics for a long time. There is no way
Mm-hmm.
on earth that we will go down if by like, it's not you that's going to bankrupt us. um, Definitely not.
Look, don't test me because I might.
No, the more
I
successful
don't
you get, the
know.
more successful we get. That's how it works. It really, the name of the game will be, how successful can we help you get.
Yes. I love it. I love all of that. And you're getting a lot of, you can't see them again. I'm sorry, but there's lots of hearts over on Substack for you about that. And I know we had some comments and questions and people that were communicating from YouTube, from LinkedIn. So look, she says, so it sounds like you're saying get it now. Yes.
Um,
I've been putting the code up here, y'all. The get it before it's gone. We don't have a specific date as to when this will be gone, but it will not be forever. And you probably need to put this on your list because we know Black Friday is
right
coming
after
up and
Black
all of
Friday is
you will be
gonna
broke.
stop. Something like
Okay. So right
a
after
few
Black
days,
Friday,
maybe I
y'all.
think the 5th of December or something like that is the final date.
Mm,
And when it's over, it's over. I've already told AppSumo, and it has been more than successful, actually. It's a top rated deal, which we did not expect. It's a deal of the week every week since we launched, and
yeah.
also the most liked deal as well. And
Look, and it's got all 5 star. Y'all know when I talk about tacos and I talk about these tools, I also say, hey, look at the reviews, look at what people are saying, and read and see what the rating is. And you've got top rating here. And I can attest to it because I have it myself. If for anybody who wants to know what I have right now, I actually have license tier 3 because I did upgrade
I think
again.
this is
But I'm
important to
thinking
mention,
about,
though. Like, uh,
okay,
why'd you get tier 3? Because we told, and you don't really need to overbuy the tier Because let's say you
Mm-hmm.
have some idea, and that idea, as smart and beautiful as you are, might not be something that customers want. It might not be a good
Mm-hmm.
long-term idea. It might not be great. So
Mm-hmm.
get a tier that is just enough and a little bit over of what you're going to make. For example, license tier 2 with 30 hours of video storage, you can make safely, you can make 3, 4, 5 courses. Like, and keep
Mm-hmm.
in mind that the shorter you make the course, usually that increases the quality. If I can
Mm-hmm.
ramble on for 70 hours, that's not going to make the course better, right? So it's actually, if you make it shorter, people like it more and complete it more. So
Mm-hmm.
that's really enough for 6 5-hour courses. And with 6 5-hour courses, if you're not making, I don't know, $2,000 $3,000 a month, then something is wrong. And you should fix that and not worry about like whether or not you should pay $70 a month for a subscription. um,
That's fair.
and that's what we recommend. Get the lowest
Mm-hmm.
tier that can do the job, and then if you really want to get a good deal, get the 0% commission add-on, because that's a really big discount.
I really was thinking about that, Demeter. So that is a
The
thought. Now,
plan
for
itself,
me,
when
I
you
was
pay the
thinking in
commission, is not
terms of,
that big of a discount. That's what people don't do the
yeah,
math, right? If you make $1,000 and on a 10% commission, you're going to pay me $100. And
right.
making $1,000 on, even when you announce your product, is not out of the question. That's 10 people buying $100 product. It's not.
I will tell you why I upgraded. I upgraded because you had there was a limited time additional 10% off. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I
that
was
was
like, ooh,
that was
taking
AppSumo. That
advantage.
I had nothing to do with it.
Taking
Yeah,
advantage of that. But I do think I'm also going to get into the 0%
it is.
commission. There's a question asking, is the upgrade eligibility available after the
No,
AppSumo deal
no,
is gone? And I
no.
think no.
Have to
Yeah,
subscribe.
there it's
It is
not.
only available until something like the 5th of December. And it is actually, this one is the huge discount, because if you're, even if you're on tier 3, when you make sales, you're going to pay a commission that is going to be some dollars. So whether you're going to pay a subscription or a commission, it's not really a big deal. What really makes it a big deal, with a huge
Mhm.
crazy discount for forever, is the 0% add-on, which
Okay.
it was a great idea for AppSumo. And the way we make it work is by, uh, first of all, by, when you are successful, you will probably get more customers. That's one. And
Mhm.
also, um, by kind of allowing you to take your time to build your things. So what we've realized is that not everybody is like us. If I have an offer, it will probably be live in 3 days. But most people, they need their time to overthink. We're going to be
Mhm.
combating this with content that we provide to help you set everything up and realize those, not just how to make a product and how to record the videos and all that kind of thing that you can find everywhere on the internet, but more like
Mhm.
the hard business questions, the entrepreneurship stuff that is hard to answer. Like, who should I sell it to? What is going to be my
Mhm.
audience? What should the price be? What additional features should I include with the course? Like, should I offer coaching with it? Should I offer, like, how do I solve the customer's problem? What is the customer problem?
Right.
How is my course going to change the lives of these people? So for example, I'll
Mhm.
give if I can give an example for this, I think this is very important, and it will also give me an opportunity to show you. So what I do is, um, I have all these courses where you can learn everything from the strategy to how to write your marketing ideas and present them well, to how to use all the technical platforms to actually make it a reality. But what I do is I combine it into this bundle, where in one mega bundle, I sell access to the community, all the courses, access to all of the resources in our digital marketing library. And basically, I'll show you my offer. for this, don't buy it. If you get Skillplate, we'll give you free access to it. Uh,
Hey,
the,
y'all hear
it's not
that?
about promoting the offer. It's really about understanding how the offer works so you can make money, right? I will make more money if you actually watch this than if you pay me to buy it and not watch it. Uh, so so the they get the access to the courses, and this is called bonus stacking. A very good book is by one of our competitors, the one of the guys from school, Alex Hormozy. His
Hmm.
book, his first book, is actually very good because it's very simple and explains some very complicated marketing topics in a very simple, easy to understand way. So one of the things that he explains there is what I'm doing here, and this is bonus stacking. So this costs $399, and you get 10 courses which cost $1,600, and then you also get 3 bonus courses which I'm still selling, one of them on AppSumo, the agency masterclass. And then you get
Hmm.
lifetime mentorship from me personally in my community, and any question that you ask, I will be there to answer. Now that's definitely worth more than this. Every single thing, every single piece of that deal is more valuable than the price of the deal. And so that's what's breaking
Hmm.
people's brains. And you will see that's actually the reason why, if you look at the products, I don't know if you were paying attention earlier on, but the premium deal has made almost half the money.
Yeah.
And the reason is because it's a lifetime deal. Lifetime deal means
Hmm.
it kind of gives you safety and security, because you can take the time to watch it. You can ask me questions. You can do anything that you need
Hmm.
to do, and this is very good to do with bundles. And bundles can also be used in a different way. You can, instead of, you can add any product. So you can add all your courses, communities, and so on, and just create a new bundle product. And so you can do it
Hmm.
in, there's a few ways in which you can do it. You can create a one-time lifetime offer and try to sell that, or you can focus on the community. This is what some of the most successful creators are doing, people who are far more successful than I am with my courses and so on. They focus on the community, and they provide additional content with the community. So for example, even an
Hmm.
example, there's an entrepreneurship community in Bulgaria called Impactors. They do weekly meetings with some of the most interesting entrepreneurs in the country, and they sell it as a community. It's $50 a month. They sell it as a community, but they also provide courses and all additional materials for entrepreneurs there. And by keeping it new and fresh, they charge a high price for a subscription. And you can also use these bundles to
Hmm.
create like a gold plan, a silver plan, and you can do these kinds of tiers. You know, the way to do it is just to kind of, you make whatever plan that you want people to sign up for, you make a bundle for it, and then you just add a section from the pricing plans. And you, let's
Hmm.
say you want to make a gold, silver, and platinum tier, and you just make the tier. You tell people what they're going to get out of it, like you add the benefits, and you just link it
Hmm.
to the checkout of that given product. And so in this case, that would be um, this Masters Academy Premium. And when people click that button for the plan, they're just going to buy the bundle, and that's going to give them access to everything that you promise inside of the bundle, which really
That is really
automates.
slick.
Yeah, you can
Hmm.
see how now they can get all of this, uh, and they
Hmm.
can pay it in whatever way you set up.
So, do you see how many options you have using a tool like this? Now, I want to speak to my folks who are over in Substack specifically, because I know a lot of people in Substack who struggle with the, I'm not even going to say struggle, I will say struggle, who struggle with the idea of selling. And what I found is that I've seen a lot of people that are looking for a platform where they can do the whole e-commerce thing, so they can sell their ebooks, they can sell things in addition to what they're offering on Substack. This is prime opportunity, y'all. You can use Skillplate, pay one time, even get the add-on, the $3.99 add-on, so that you 0% commission, and you got that for life. And you can use that to sell and promote these products. I see a lot of people using Gumroad. I see a lot of people
Gumroad is
using,
insane. Just their commissions are crazy. They start with like 10 to 12% commission.
yes,
That's insane. There's
correct.
millions, probably hundreds of thousands of people who use
I
Patreon. Patreon charges like 30,
yes,
20, 30%
I don't
of
understand it,
everything. Like
Demeter.
that's insane. And they
I
don't have
know.
they don't even have any features. Patreon is just
That's why I
Patreon.
was like, I got to put
And
this
they
out
take
here.
a third
People
of
need to
your
see.
business. It's actually, I don't think that people understand how big this is. So
Yeah,
the fact
it's
that
huge.
Patreon takes 30%, they
That's
take
a
a
lot.
third of your business for nothing, literally nothing, for giving you a checkout. That's insane. A lot of people
Yep.
still do it. And you can do
Yes.
the absolute same thing for a very, very long time using the Skillplate lifetime deal for a 0%
Hmm.
commission. And the problem with it is not that they are charging you too much. The problem is that now you have less space for you to market yourself. Because
Yep.
if you play that card, you're going to only stick to organic marketing. Why the hell
Hmm.
are you going to advertise your business if Patreon takes a third of it? That's insane.
Right.
Like nobody would ever do that. And you are
I'm so
launching
glad we
yourself
we
out of
went
like
there.
some of the biggest marketing
Yes.
opportunities out there. And
Yes. I'm telling you. This is so this is such a smart purchase. Please just pay attention, y'all. Pay attention. I hope you'll go back and watch the
I
replay.
have,
First of
I
all, go
have a
back and
very
watch the
nice
replay.
I really like these things, and I'll show you why this really matters a lot. Um,
Okay. And then we have to get ready to wrap because
I'm fine with it.
we're
This
getting
is
ready
going to
to
be a good one
hit.
to wrap with. All right. So this is called the
Okay.
basic business formula, and I know you might feel like you are going back to school, but this is what every single business decision is made of. Basically, you want your business to make profit, and I have a very good example here. Let's say you buy an apple for $2, shine it up, and sell it for 10. You have a margin of 8. This is your leeway. If Patreon takes 30% of this, your apple costs 2, they take 3, and now it's 5 in total. And this means that you only have $5 to run your business, market it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is limiting the entire capacity of the business from the very start. And it is
Yes.
the amount that if you pay a percent, that's why the 0% commission is actually good, because you if you start growing, it wouldn't make sense for you to pay that commission anymore. Um,
Yep. Keep
and
on paying out.
actually,
Yep.
when you go through the entire business logic, it culminates in a very nice uh, decision thing that what you're doing for business, anything that you decide to do, let's say increase your prices, add more products, open up a new market, everything that you're doing is influencing this formula in a given way. And that's why there's only 4 type of strategies that you can do for your business, because you're influencing one of the fundamental mathematical factors in that basic business formula. And so if you kind of give a third of that formula, you're making your life harder in the very beginning. And you can't, that is just totally limiting your opportunity to grow. And we can stop
He's sharing with you the whole lecture. Like
that.
we've seen multiple
That's not
slides.
the whole. This is a bit of a longer course.
You're giving away all this great information. This is awesome. Are the courses we create downloadable or able to be viewed or embedded in other platforms? I
Embedded,
didn't see
no,
that.
we do plan to allow it, but if you
Okay.
want to make a course downloadable, there is going to be an option here inside of the courses. I think it's here in the
Okay.
content settings to make it downloadable. We have stopped
Mm-hmm.
this one for now, but it will come back in a few days or maybe a few
Okay.
weeks, because it was causing some errors.
Mm-hmm.
But those errors were actually Amazon server crashing, not us.
Okay.
But we didn't know that at the time, so we removed it, and it's going to come back in one of the updates. But yeah, you can
Got it.
download the courses. You can also embed content.
I've seen
You can
that.
embed content into your
I
courses. Like, for example, if you want to like add a video to your course, you just take like some random video from YouTube and
mm-hmm,
I don't know, just take these creative shot ideas and then you just go in and add it to the description. It's that easy.
mm-hmm. Now, I do have one last, this is my request. My number one request is when I create a beautiful page, I want to be able to duplicate the page.
Oh,
So I
that is
have sent that in my
that is
list.
actually not that easy, because when you create a
Okay.
page, you say you want to create a page, but that page has certain
Mm-hmm.
things inside. And so if you pay attention, most of the pages that you would be creating would be related to a
Product
given
pages. Yep.
product. Yeah. And one product is a
Mm-hmm.
community, another product is this one, and the page is connected to too many things. One of the
Mm.
things that makes Skillplate work very easy and very seamless is that you can actually do this and say, you know, I want to make a page about, let's say, Black Friday.
Yep.
And
So what if we can we duplicate landing pages, Demeter, at some point?
you would be able to duplicate the setup, but not the pages.
Okay.
And so let me show you. First,
That's what I
yeah,
want is the
the
structure.
structure
Yeah.
is duplicatable, but what that would do is literally would just add the sections. So let's say you want to add like a product feature section and feature
Mm-hmm.
your product over here, and then I don't know, just add some FAQs about it, just not to make too long of a page, but you can, you know, make yourself a page. And then
Mm-hmm.
what you can do is, let's say you want to add a few things to that section. First of all, look, you can select the product. This is my community. And then let's say
Yeah.
I want to add here into the section settings, I want to add, for example, some bullets, right? So
Mm-hmm.
let's say I would say, you know, um, or like, and so on. And let's say 2 is enough. So what you
Mm-hmm.
can do is you can save this section, right?
Okay. So just do it
So you
that
can
way
save
by
this
saving the
section when you
sections and then
create a
using that.
new page, because you would
Mm-hmm.
still have to, you know, you would save that section, and you can see here it is, you can duplicate the section. So you can, what you do is the sections that you use very commonly, you can just save them. And when you create a new page, you will open up that page, but you will see now that's already pre-selected with certain, so you would
Yeah.
still have to edit it, and it's actually easier. The reason why we don't, it's not that we don't want to have it, it's that it's not very useful actually, because you're going to duplicate a page and then have to change more than what you would have to do if
Yes.
you actually started making it from scratch.
I'm good with that. I'm good with that. I'm really great with that answer, actually, because I hadn't thought about just creating a series of saved sections
Yeah,
because I have some different products, like a service that is going to be pretty similar, except for the
yeah.
output. So
And then
good.
you would
Yep.
just go and
And
select the
Chris,
different products, and then put that would change the product.
Chris said, save our own templates. Hmm. So, like
Oh,
my colors, etc., could I
okay.
save that as a
So
template?
this is a good question.
Hmm.
When you go to the styles, you will notice that there's two types of pages. Okay. One is the
Okay.
website, where
Yep.
all pages follow the same style and the same theme that you create for yourselves. So first of all, here in
Mm-hmm.
the design, you can have multiple themes and you can change from one to the other with one click. I can click this button and my website is going to use this exact theme with everything that I set up for it. This will
Mm-hmm.
change my entire website and everything I've set up for it.
Yep.
And you can have different themes. So for example, if you want to change your entire website to make your theme from this black to, let's say, a red and green Christmas theme, you could do that and you will
Mm-hmm.
change your entire website. You will keep the pages, but you would change the theme. And you can see that you can have that option here in the settings. You will see the theme, and you can just select a different theme, and you can preset it yourself.
Now, could I change it back
Yeah, of course.
though? I think that's
This,
what he's
this,
asking. I can change it back to my original theme that I have that I love. Like if I wanted to go to dark theme for a week because it's
yeah,
Halloween,
exactly.
and
So
then the next week I wanted to
you
go
could you
back,
could
could I
do
do
it by
that?
changing the settings. You could do it by changing it, making a theme and doing it this way.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
there's another way. Usually, when you want to keep your website, but you make a
Mm-hmm.
specific um, landing page. And this is what landing pages are. Landing pages do not have to follow the global branding. You can
Right.
make a green and yellow uh, page for your promotion, or like, let's say, a Black Friday completely black page, and have your pink branding uh, generally,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so
Mm-hmm.
with when you create the landing page, you can just change the styles of the landing page itself. You can and this is what I did here with this page that I just selected. I had like, I'll just take one example. And what I did here is, if I change it, if I change the style, I can, for example, um, make this into a landing page. And now
Mm-hmm.
it is not going to keep to the other styles. So if I change
Right.
the theme of it to, let's say, this green, and I change the style of this to colored, it will open up and show me that green color. And
Mm-hmm.
let's say I want to make it dark, and now it's dark green. Um, so
Yeah.
you can you can change your color palette. And if you also do that, and I'll be creating, I'm actually doing this right now. I will be creating on our YouTube channels tutorials on how to do this very quickly and very efficiently and very well. I'm actually
Okay.
doing this like full time now. So there will be,
Okay. You need to just bring me on to come and create some for you.
yes, you can. We
That's
will
what you
be
need to do.
opening, like, that's a little bit out, but we will be opening a marketplace for the teams, for
Mm-hmm.
apps, for integrations, for many
Mm-hmm.
other things. We'll be opening Skillplate as a tool, so that the community can help us build it better
Yes.
in the way that it would do the job for them. So
Okay.
definitely, but that's, again, as I said, we first need API. We need more
Mm-hmm.
payments. We need There's a few projects
Yeah.
that we have to complete. Like, for example, the thing that you are asking for with the communities. We are not just going to
Mm-hmm.
do internal communities. What we are going to do is we are going
Okay.
to do membership area 2.0. and and so that
Okay.
is going to include a lot of things. So right now in the membership area, you basically have, it's kind of uh, it does the job, it works. But for example, you could
Mm-hmm.
add gamification. School has very nice gamification, everything else is terrible, but the gamification is
Mm-hmm.
very nice. And you can have, like, we can add gamification, we can add communities,
Mm-hmm.
we can one thing that we have been planning for is, what happens if you have 100 products, right?
Yeah.
That interface stops working anymore. And so we're planning to
Mm-hmm.
have like add like a Netflix style interface, where you can have
I
everything
like it.
uh, like like a Netflix interface, or these
Mm-hmm.
streaming services. Like, I don't know if you use Netflix, but like Disney Plus or whatever, all these streaming services
Yeah, I
that have
do.
tons of content.
Mm-hmm.
They would have like, you might be very happy with an interface like that, and then the community is going to be there, seeing the other members, adding the calendar. All of these are part of the same project. This will be the members
Yes.
area revamp. And then there's
But people don't need to get excited about this being overnight, y'all. So this is not like tomorrow. These are things that you're working on. And I love that you're meticulous and you're building out with strategy. We can all tell that you're a strategic thinker.
but
so,
most of those
so
things
thank you.
will be coming in about the next 6 months. So
Oh,
yeah,
really?
it's not.
Okay.
I mean, they are
That's
projects,
good.
but we are also
That's
very
not bad.
fast. And it's the biggest, hardest part was to build Skillplate in that way, where every
Hmm.
system is built so that it can be it can provide all the information it has, and it can also receive information from other sources. This is what makes it possible for the AI to actually create your landing page, because it knows, like, it can understand what the sections are, it can understand your branding, it can understand your customers. And so that means when I tell the AI, like, make a section, it can actually tell Skillplate to create the section. And so all of these things were very hard to do in the beginning, and nobody else has done it this way, by the way. It's like Kajabi is, for example, 12-year-old software. They cannot do this even if they wanted to. They have to throw everything they have out and start like completely from scratch to do it this way. And so this is where other platforms are going to have serious problems with the AI future that we are entering in, is because a lot of things are going to just start working in this way. Like,
I'm really loving it. I love everything about what you shared. I'm all in. If I can support in some way, and I'm serious, like about doing tutorials and that type of thing, just holler. I'm gonna put a note in here real quick here. Thanks to you both. Everybody show some love. If you have some thoughts about today's stream, you want to share, kudos to Demeter for all the work that he and his team are doing. We're seeing some thank yous. I hope you see them on screen.
Thank you.
As well.
I see only one for me. They're not rolling like they're probably rolling for you, but
they're coming for you too. Thanks to you both. Look, and I see them on Substack as well, that people are saying they're really loving this idea. So yeah, I love that, that you've come on and done this. Michelle, you asked a question about, can you create a store? Yeah, I mean, the pages, if you look at here, I'll show my page real quick, Demeter, because I have it up already. Look, this is my video creator studio that I've been building out, right? So it's got all of the different services and projects and things that I've been preparing to put together. This is a store. If somebody clicks on any one of these things, they can go and get more information and then buy. So if that's what you mean by store, yes, you can put all of the different products, you can organize them however you want, whether it be on a landing page, as he mentioned, with a different theme, or you can make it part of the product pages, the website pages, and pull a bundle of different products together on the same page. That's what I'm doing here. So this is a store. I don't know if you have anything to add to that, Demeter, but
yeah, I mean, you can just click the products page, and I think it will be very obvious. Even if you haven't set up all of your products, still that there's like, you can have different sections in Skillplate where you can add like product listings. You can feature products one by one, or feature 10 or 20. You can build any kind of, this is the product feature section. She has just featured 3 products there, but you can feature 33 if you want. It's your choice, and you can really do everything in the way that you want. Now, there is one thing that you cannot do on Skillplate, which is important to mention. That is selling physical products. So the way to sell physical products is you would still add them to your website as a product. You would create the page for them, but at the end, for example, if you remember where I showed you where at the end, when the people click the button, you're not going to send them to your checkout. What you're going to do is you're going to make a Shopify checkout, take the smallest Shopify plan, and use the Shopify checkout, because we don't have these features. You need to set up shipping, you need to set up deliveries, you need to set up certain e-commerce features like stock controls. So for example, you cannot sell a product that you do not have. So for example, if something runs out of stock, we just don't have these e-commerce functionalities, and it wouldn't make sense to make them, since Shopify is so far ahead and so good that it doesn't matter. So running a store would be better. If you're selling physical products, you can make the landing pages on Skillplate and link to your Shopify checkout.
Yes. And so, Michelle, because I know you, one of the things that I've done with this one is I actually made a page that's in here, but it's pointing. Actually, that shouldn't be the case. Yeah, that's a checkout that if I could point it here, like he's saying, or I could redirect it to my existing, where Stream Bosses Academy lives. I could redirect any of these buttons to wherever I want them to go. Yeah. So it's perfect. I mean, I think that this has so much potential and I'm really excited about using it more. And yeah, I've started recreating a lot of the different landing pages that I already have in my
This
own
is
system.
fantastic, by the
This
way.
one,
What I'm seeing is very good.
thank you. And I was just going to show her there is actually, this is an example of one that actually goes somewhere else. I don't know why it's showing blocked. I have to figure that out. But um, it goes because I already had an existing heartbeat chat thing going. So for now, it's redirected there, but I'm moving probably 85% of my stuff will be in here. And I'll just be using the checkout in Skillplate because it's so easy
I'm
to
happy
do.
to hear it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
This is another
I
project
love
where
it.
we can add so much, and this is one of the ones that we're gonna do around New Year. We are gonna be adding a lot of these funnel features, like for example, order bumps, upsells, downsells. What's the next step?
Yes.
Custom thank you pages and all this. This is coming out in the so-called checkout package, and so all of
Okay.
these things will also improve over time. And
Hmm.
this is something that I'm seeing that is becoming like a very big deal. The more we
Yeah.
add marketing features, the more we are seeing bigger creators get even bigger. And at one point, it starts to take it so that even like creators who were not able to make it before now have enough
Hmm.
things automated and done in a good enough way
Yes.
so that they can actually succeed. And I think this
Hmm.
is not possible if you don't know like how to sell. We still don't solve
Hmm.
that problem now, but we will
Hmm.
very soon in the future, because I know exactly how to guide you through the process of from nothing to starting and getting your first 10 to 100 sales. That's the most important moment, because if you get 100 sales, you're already in it, and
Yeah.
like you're one foot in the, how you said, in the
One foot is in the door.
in, well, I wouldn't call
Is
it the
that what you're
door,
trying
but
to
you're
say?
like off the cliff. You're one foot off the cliff, and once you fall, there's no going back.
Oh. Mm. This has been so good. Thank you so much for taking the time with me. I know I'm sure you need to get dinner or at least, just relax, but it's been more than what I anticipated. I think that everybody who has joined in, who's hung out. Oh, Dr. Stacy Moore says, "See you tomorrow for onboarding." So I guess she has a call with you now.
I
She's already set it
suppose
up.
so. Yeah.
People are out there buying. Yeah, they're scanning the QR code that I've had up, and they're looking forward to it, just as I am, to seeing you just continue to grow. Because the thing I love the most about everything you said is you're saying, hey, if we are successful, you continue to be successful. So it's important to me that you care. It's
That's
important to
actually
me that you
what we are
cared enough to be
optimizing
here.
for. Like my only goal
Yeah.
is like, and this is like seriously what we are discussing when we sit down to talk is like, what percentage of the one thing that I care about is what percentage of people makes $1,000 in the first week, what percentage
Yeah.
of people makes $1,000 in the first 30 days.
Mm.
Now, later on, we're going to focus on bigger numbers. But right now, the question is, are we good enough to help you launch and sell a product within a week? Some people,
Yeah.
the record holder for now is 24 minutes, which is not me. But yeah, one guy is actually some girl from Finland. She has
Hmm.
a course of about this like heavy metal screaming type of singing, and she just
Hmm.
made an offer, said I'm gonna try and make a course, just registered, and 24 minutes later she had her first sale. So she's the record holder. I'm
Wow.
even thinking about like putting up gamifying this, because really the whole point of business is really the speed. If you
Yeah.
it's really the question. I think I asked you like, what did you do to make sales today? Most
Hmm.
people do nothing. Like 99% of people who I ask this question say Nothing. Like, I'm thinking of what product to create. I'm thinking of like what my audience should be, what the price should be.
Yes.
And I didn't try to sell one thing today. And I think if we can help people to solve all of these things kind of quickly and easily so that they can say, okay, now is the time. I have a website, I have a page, I have a product, it's out
Yes.
there. People can go and click the button and I'll take the money. I have no excuse now. I have to like go and try and sell something and like make the
That's
first
right.
post on social media, announce it, make the sales. And I think if we get them there, it's a lot easier to get you from, it's actually harder to get you from $0 to $1,000 than it is to get you from $1,000 to $10,000 a month. Well,
Yes.
like if you make $1,000 ever, from that to $10,000 a month is a lot easier than from 0 to the first $1,000.
I'm going to pop this up for you so that you can see this as we get ready to wrap up. Tanya Fisher on Substack shared, thank you. This has been so amazing and helpful, not just on the what the software can do, but how what the software does helps the purchaser. So she is very thankful, and I am very thankful as well, Demeter. Thank you again for coming and hanging out with us. For those of you who do have questions, feel free to go ahead and pop them into the various places where we're going live, and I'll make sure that I get those questions forwarded. If I don't know the answer, then I'll make sure to share it. But do scan the QR code that you see like right up there at the corner. That's the QR code. I've popped it up in different places on screen, but get it now before Black Friday is over, because it's sounding like it's going to be gone within a few days after that.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, I confirm that, and it's never coming back. By the way, it's not going to be back next Friday, next Black Friday.
Okay, so there you go. And you just heard it from his mouth. So, all right. Thank you, everyone. We will see you next time in this stream. You know, I'm usually live on Thursdays. I've had a couple of Thursdays where I've had to postpone because I had other things coming up. But we were here, and we were here in full force, 2 hours. You're the record maker for me on a live stream.
A very detailed person in this sense. Yeah, I'm not a master of the short.
It's okay. It's good because it was content that I hope everyone found valuable, not only about the platform itself, but also the different strategies and everything. I mean, I've learned some things. I'm going to go back and watch just so I can take notes. And I definitely want to take advantage of the course. So, all right. Thank you, everyone. We will see you next time in the stream. This is Tanya Smith, and you have been here with my guest, who is the CEO and founder of Skillplate.com. So again, we encourage you to go check it out. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.